I refuse to take your bribes to make your flawless life. Overnight your business spoil, and I want you to know I just won't cease. So hypocrite relax, trace back, SHACKA are the real backlocks. Hypocrite relax, trace back, SHACKA feel my real backlocks. Hypocrite relax, trace back, real backlocks. Hypocrite relax, trace back, SHACKA feel my real backlocks. Yeah, SHACKA feel, big up yourself, can't hear me, don't know here to you. You don't know a real backlocks, you see me? Yeah, we know. Suddenly, some friends became a foe for reasons that I know. Said to us, it's a waste of time. Let's step it up on crime. But I'm a warrior for the divine, fighting a spiritual war for peace. Hypocrite relax, trace back, SHACKA feel my real backlocks. Hypocrites relax, trace back, SHACKA feel my real backlocks. Know that the war is on, SHACKA fame is in command. So warriors arise, now is the appointed time. Go forth, oh winners of souls. Enough there's a victory, I'm sure. So hypocrite relax, trace back, SHACKA feel my real backlocks. Hypocrite relax, trace back, I'm on a real backlocks. Hypocrite relax, trace back, SHACKA feel my real backlocks. Relax, trace back, real backlocks. I just won't sell my soul, I'm not ready for your gold. I refuse to take your bribes to make your flawless life. Overnight your business spoil, and I want you to know I just won't cease. So hypocrite relax, trace back, SHACKA are the real backlocks. Hypocrite relax, trace back, SHACKA feel my real backlocks. Hypocrite relax, trace back, real backlocks. Yeah, SHACKA feel, big up yourself, can't hear me, don't know here to hear the same thing. I'll let you say so. You don't know a real backlocks, you see me? Yeah, we know. Suddenly, some friends became a foe for reasons that I know. Said to us, it's a waste of time. Let's step it up on crime. But I'm a warrior for the divine, fighting a spiritual war for peace. Hypocrite relax, trace back, SHACKA feel my real backlocks. Hypocrites relax, trace back, SHACKA feel my real backlocks. Know that the war is on, SHACKA fame is in command. So warriors arise, now is the appointed time. Go forth, oh winners of souls. Enough there's a victory, I'm sure. So hypocrite relax, trace back, SHACKA feel my real backlocks. Hypocrite relax, trace back, I'm on a real backlocks. Hypocrite relax, trace back, SHACKA feel my real backlocks. Relax, trace back, real backlocks. I just won't sell my soul, I'm not ready for your gold. I refuse to take your bribes to make your flawless life. Overnight your business spoil, and I want you to know I just won't cease. So hypocrite relax. Trace back, Shaka are the real backlocks. Hypocrite relax. Trace back, Shaka feel my real backlocks.
Talk about the real battle axe. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, Lord Jesus Christ. You are my strength and my redeemer. Welcome to Portland Spice TV, wherever you are around the world. I want to say good morning and welcome.
Yeah, Shaka feel, big up yourself, can't hear me, don't know here to hear the same thing. And Lenny I says so. You don't know a real backlocks, you see me? Yeah, we know. Suddenly, some friends became a foe for reasons that I know. Said to us, it's a waste of time. Let's step it up on crime.
Because I'm a warrior.
But I'm a warrior for the divine.
Fighting a spiritual war.
Fighting a spiritual war for peace.
Hypocrites relax.
Hypocrite relax. Trace back, Shaka feel my real backlocks.
You know.
Hypocrites relax. Trace back, Shaka feel my real backlocks.
The real battle axe.
Know that the war is on. Shaka fame is in command.
Warriors arise. That was the appointed time.
That was the appointed time.
Go forth.
Go forth, oh winners of soul.
And out this victory.
Enough steps of victory, I'm sure.
Sing the song, Lenny. Hypocrites.
So hypocrite relax.
Dress back.
Trace back. Shaka feel my real backlocks. Hypocrite relax. Trace back. I'm on a real backlocks.
Talk about the real battle axe.
Trace back. Shaka feel my real backlocks.
Share the channel. Share it. Subscribe to the channel.
Trace back. Real backlocks. I just won't sell my soul.
I'm not ready for your goal. No.
I refuse to take
no bribe
to make your flawless life. Overnight your business spoil. And I want you to know I just won't see.
I say. Hypocrites.
So hypocrite relax.
Dress back.
Dress back. Shaka are the real backlocks. Hypocrite relax. Dress back. Shaka feel my real backlocks. Hypocrite relax. Dress back. Real backlocks.
What a morning. What a morning. I want to say good morning to all the people who joined early. Yeah, man. Gilly, big up yourself, my brother, Elaine Brown. Big Bell. Or the bigger bell. Because you know, so the next one vexed if we call somebody else Big Bell. Because she said she had a big bell. Morning to all my children. Good morning. Wherever you are around the world. Spread out all over the world, you know. Yes. Want to say a pleasant good morning to Dawn. Dawn said, I've always been listening. And
all my children, good morning.
She like state my position. We're not afraid to state my position. And I want to say good morning to the people in St. Thomas. We were down there in Eastern St. Thomas last night. It was the setup for a falling comrade. Comrade Washi Bryan. Big up yourself. Rest in power, my friend. I want to say condolences to his family, his wife, his children. Condolences to Comrade Rose Shaw, who is the person who is in charge of Eastern St. Thomas, the MP candidate. I want to send my condolences to her, Comrade Hubert Williams, who is a very good friend, or was a very good friend of Washi. Washi will be laid to rest tomorrow. And of course, I want to send condolences to the Horn family. They've lost a sister, a auntie. Big up on yourself. Stay strong. Laying your sister to rest today. So, yeah, like up the video. Share the channel. Send it round. Because this song here this morning means more. This song here.
Yeah, Shaka feel, big up yourself. Can't hear me, don't know here.
Once a morning to Matthew Samuda. Minister Matthew Samuda, good morning. Sound like you never want to admit it, but you admitted it. That you are sitting in the parliament as a citizen of the United Kingdom. In fact, Matthew declared that he was born in London. Now, you see, Andrew, you're not an easy man, you know. You're not an easy man, Andrew. And I just realized now that when you say no dual citizenship, not supposed to take up leader of opposition or prime minister, people like Matthew, you put on the sideline. Because we are telling Matthew now that Matthew, you will never become prime minister. I mean, no, Matthew have ambition, you know. Matthew Samuda is an ambitious young man. I know that him have ambition for greatness. But it's all right. It's all right. But there are rumors going around that there are 2 GLP member of parliament who have US citizenship. Now, if that is so, these people must resign from the parliament with immediate effect. Because it is not like Matthew Samuda or Mark Golden, and I hear them saying Babsy Grange have Canadian citizenship. She's all right because she's Commonwealth. But there are some arguments going around that 2 GLP member of parliament presently have United States of America citizenship. And I am saying to one and all, if that is a fact, these 2 ladies must resign forthwith. And I am hoping that those who know what to do to find out must do it right now. Well, I see the argument Anthony Bailey. I see the name. I know she used to live in the United States. She had a dental practice because she had a dental license to practice in the United States. I don't know if she's a citizen. But if she is a citizen, she must take away herself. No, you see, there's a saying that says, you know, when you're digging hole, talk to me, you must dig 2. Mm-hmm. Yes, man. I mean, no, man, we're up and running. Let me put you on because I want to talk to you upon this. So don't stay on the line. All right, do that. Yeah, man. This is serious time. The argument that says, Lamar, big up yourself. Jeff, Peter Stamp, morning, sir. Hope everything went well. Bless up. Yeah, man. If you have United States citizenship, you cannot be in the parliament. You must take for yourself. I heard she's barred from practicing. There was some problem with her license. But right now, that's not important.
The same thing. I says so. You don't know a real backlocks. You see me? Yeah, we know.
Listen. Suddenly,
some friends became a foe.
For reasons that I know, said to us,
it's a waste of time.
Let's step it up on crime. Because I'm a warrior.
For the divine.
Fighting a spiritual war.
Fighting a spiritual war for peace.
Hypocrites relax. Dress back. SHACKA fame. Stand up. Stand up. Hypocrites relax. Dress back. SHACKA fame are the real battle axe. I want to hear from all of you this morning. Do you think the new constitution, because you see, the present constitution is what it is, you know. Yes, man. All right, stay upon this. The present constitution is what it is. It is, if you are a dual citizenship, you can sit in the parliament of Jamaica if your dual citizenship is with a Commonwealth country. No country outside of the Commonwealth. If you have citizenship with any country outside of the Commonwealth, you are not allowed to sit in the Jamaican parliament. It is illegal. It is against the Constitution. And therefore, if those two ladies, it is alleged that MP Michelle Charles and Juliet Cuthbert have American citizenship. Morning, my brother. Hello?
Yes, sir.
What go on?
Hello?
Yeah, man. Mystical. I hearing mystical. Mystical, you hearing me now?
You hearing me?
Yes, man, I am hearing you.
Okay. I'm just hearing you now.
Beautiful. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir, to one and all.
What a morning, what a week we have had.
Yes, indeed.
Now, a country, mystical, it is said is governed by laws, not by man. Because men do things that they want to do and things that benefits them. And therefore, the laws are set out and you are supposed to conform to these laws, and that is how the country should be governed. Do you see Jamaica being governed that way?
That's a question for me, right?
Yes.
Well, you know where I'm coming from, yeah, in terms of...
well, we have a whole heap of new listeners who might have never heard you before. And that's why I am not going off what I know. I want the listeners to hear what you are saying.
Welcome. Yeah, welcome everybody. Yeah, good to be on with you, Colin. And the question is, if I believe that the country is being run according to laws. Well, you know that over the last probably a couple of days or a couple of weeks, I have been having quite a bit of stir in my mind, yeah, and I don't know if it's enlightenment that I am having, epiphany that I am going through, but I have always seen Jamaica from a lens that opens up a frontier of knowledge that is rather conflicted from periods to periods. Now, in this period that we are experiencing since the 2016 era, of governance in this country, I realize that the constitution and the governance of this country is not according to law per se, yeah. It's according to the mindset, yeah, according to the dreams, yeah, of people who do not believe that they should conform to anything of statutes, anything of principles, yeah, but that we are a banana republic, so anything goes, yeah. And that is quite vivid, you know, in respect of the kind of missteps that we have seen from the government, how they have affronted and abused and confronted, yeah, the Constitution, the laws of the land, even when it is clear, unambiguous, that this is X and that is Y. They seek to present and to advocate a kind of governance that is quite bereft of any decency in law and justice and judgment. They go about trying to assign all kinds and forms of decisions which are not in keeping with the rule of law. And so what we're having, what we're having is a goon squad.
A goon
what
squad.
We're having goon squad, yeah? Goon, yeah? And rogue, goonism, rogueism, yeah? That is being used as the template, as their template for governance. So we are not here to conform to any laws and statutes. We are here to govern. We are just here to govern according to our wishes and our will, because we are supreme.
Yes.
And I think
the ultimate executive.
The ultimate language like this, ultimate executive. Yeah, you don't hear any decent leader of a country talk about ultimate executive. We talk about executive. Anytime you reach in the ultimate executive, you talk about a different kind and type of governance.
That sounds to me like a dictatorship.
Yeah, that's a dictatorship, yeah. And so they have to just speak their mind, Yeah, they have to speak their mind. They can't withhold what is in their mind and what is the intention of the government to impose upon the people of Jamaica. And what I am seeing, I would not like it to be otherwise, I would like it to be kind of dormant until we find a very meaningful way, yeah, a very good way, yeah, a very lawful way, yeah, of responding. So I want it to be dormant. I want it to, I want the fire to be incubated, unexposed, so that we find a pathway to excuse, yeah, this form of governance and government that we are not accustomed to. Jamaica has never been accustomed to this kind and quality governance that we are seeing. Yeah, we have been there over the years. We have had all kinds of surprises, yeah, yes. And we have had all kinds, of mistakes. But this deliberacy, this deliberacy etched in hell, yeah, distinguishes these people of a different alien kind and sort, yeah, are people who do not regard the indigeneity of our people. They do not regard the importance of us as a people and a country and from where we are coming. Yeah, you see, we are coming from over nearly 500 years, brother, and nobody in this present regime recognize, yeah, the journey of the Jamaican people. And if you had recognized the journey of the Jamaican people, you would have appropriated, yeah, an acceptable form of governance, yeah, that gives us a sense of hope and gives us a sense of connectivity, that you really understand, yeah, our history, you understand our culture, you understand what is lawfully us, what is justly us, yeah, and what is our entitlement in this country, yeah. So you would be so far away from us that you have gone into the halls of hell and joined consort with the devil to appropriate upon us this illegitimate, illegal form of administration. Yeah, and I am speaking the way I'm speaking, SHACKA, because it has deeply touched the core of my philosophical grid in respect of politics and economics, yeah, and the social grid of the country, yeah. So I'm speaking this way because I can't be willing having any water in my mouth when it comes on to us and our people and our future and our rights, yeah, and entitlements and our responsibilities, yeah. We can't be having a government that is talking about 70 years non-disclosure before we can have disclosure, yeah, of matters pertinent
but
to
that
us.
did not open a lot of eyes, you know. A lot of people did not see when they wanted to do that. A lot of people never opened their eyes and see what was coming.
Yeah, man, we're too dormant, yeah. We must be alert and aware, yeah. When you have a kind of government like this, you know, you have to be alert. You have to watch every move. You have to listen to every word, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, every move that they make, you know, every intention that they display. You have to be careful, yeah, because there's nothing trustworthy about their actions and nothing trustworthy about their words.
Every time I have a discussion like this, I remember a discussion I had with Dr. Hyman Black. You remember Hyman Black? We used to,
definitely.
We used to have a little thing called the Metamorphosis.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Dr. Hyman Black repeated it many times. The lawmakers are the biggest lawbreakers.
Yeah, man. These people don't believe in laws.
What should be done, though, if it is proven that these two ladies are truly American citizens sitting in the parliament?
Listen to me. If we are a lawful, if we are a nation established upon the constitutional pillars of law and justice and judgment, yeah, there should be no two ways about the kind of justice that should be exacted upon these people, yeah, and not even upon them, because they would have been allowed, yeah. And we can't say they are naive.
Mystical, you know what I am going to say this morning? That if it is found that these two ladies really have United States citizenship, the seat should be given to the people they run against, you know, without any question or any itch, you know.
Listen to me.
Because coming from 2008, where it is known that if you have United States citizenship, before nomination day, you must renounce it. And if these two ladies really went through nomination and they are presently sitting in the parliament with United States citizenship, they should not be given a chance of any by-election. It must do what the law, what the Jamaican law really says, you know. If you are a U.S. citizen, that means you're not qualified to be nominated. And if you weren't qualified to be nominated, then it says it was only one person who was duly nominated. That person should be given the seat.
Yeah, you see, we're not a country governed by a system of law handed down by parliament, and that is a legal definition, yeah, of law, right? Yeah, it is constituted. All right, so law may be defined as the rules of human conduct imposed and enforced upon the people of a given state. Yeah, a state is a territorial division in which a uniform system of law, yeah, is formulated and done by parliament. Yeah, parliament. But may I say something about parliament? If we have a conflicted parliament, then they do not have any responsibility to respond, yeah, justly to our rules and our laws, you know.
But do we have a conflicted parliament?
We have a conflicted parliament?
Do we?
If we never had a conflicted parliament over the last week, we wouldn't be hearing all these arguments about who should be doing this.
Or we have people in the parliament who don't understand or can't interpret the constitution?
Well, put it like this. Let us go back to 2008, right? And thereafter. So Ms. Zelia Makala, the Chief Justice, right?
Yes.
Would have I want to be kind, you know. I want to be kind, as well as I want to be very blunt. Ms. Zelia Makala would have conflicted, yeah, the legal processing of Jamaica, you know, I think it was out of fear. Yeah,
when she
out
said,
of fear,
when she called for the
otherwise.
by-election.
When she called for a by-election, yeah,
because that's not what the law says.
Exactly. Any government, yeah, or any judicial system, yeah, that is responding to the just appropriation of the laws and the Constitution of Jamaica would not have done that. Should have gone against the grain and the culture of the Constitution. So it means that any interpretation can be advanced by any luminary, yeah,
yes,
or any
yes,
or any actor, yeah, of the judicial apparatus, yeah,
yeah.
So they can veer the law, yeah, and talk about interpretation and the intent. What about intent of the law? The law is written and casted, yeah, clearly for all to see. There are times when you have to use your own wisdom to come to a conclusive determination. Yeah. Yeah, because there's a little ambiguity or a little leeway that you are given in law. But there are times when it is clearly inscribed that this is not subject to my or your interpretation. Yeah. It is easily understood that this is what must be done and should be done. So I think Zele Makala really set a precedence, which is now guiding.
A bad precedent.
It's a precedent she set, a bad, very bad precedence.
Yes.
Yeah.
She should have followed the law to the letter.
She should have followed the law to the T. Don't tell me about you going to deprive people of their right. There can be no deprivation of your right when you would have tampered, so to speak, with the law. Yeah,
yes, yes.
The law must revert to its appropriate and its correct intention.
And to talk about disenfranchising people, because people voted for the other candidate as well.
Exactly.
So what about those people who voted saying that our candidate is the duly nominated candidate and the other candidate was not duly nominated? Yeah.
And this is why people are taking liberty with the law, because they know, say, boy, I mean, they can get a result here or there by reason of who is sitting upon the throne of judgment.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Is that the reason why they are fighting to keep the director of public prosecution?
That and more, they are trying to damage the constitutional construct of Jamaica. I'm going to come to that, but let me make the point further about the precedent set by Ms. Zele Makala. Remember now, this current Chief Justice would have gone down the same road with the Dean Johnson case. Not Dean Johnson, sorry.
Dean
Jones case. Yeah? Would have gone down the same road in the by-election at the parochial level in the Yalas division. Yeah?
Yes.
When Bogle was challenged, right? Yeah?
Because Dean Jones was, the court found him to be a civil servant at the time. Was that the...
Definitely.
Right.
And the seat should have been given to Bogle.
Yes, based on the law.
Political. It is law. And the other thing, that he never award cost to Bogle. He award cost against him. Yeah.
But how can you award cost against the man while you find the other man guilty of
being a civil servant? Let somebody else who is more up. Yeah.
But Mystical, the fact that we are on this legal trajectory right now, let's look at the ruling from yesterday with the FSC and the SSL saga.
Colin.
Let's come to that.
You recall a couple of weeks ago I said to you, there are 2 agencies left in Jamaica, in my own assessment, yeah, that are not compromised. You remember the 2?
Which
that
2?
Would be the AG.
Yes, the Auditor General. Office of the Auditor General.
Yes, and our judiciary.
And
I never wanted to include the judiciary, but you mentioned it, and I was in 2 minds concerning that. So the judiciary and the Auditor General, for me, the only 2 agencies and arm, of our Constitution, that are not conflicted. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
But when I have been watching and listening, yeah, certain adjudications and certain outcomes in recent times, and I am stunned, I am alarmed that these strange justices could have arrived at decisions contrary to the intention of the case.
I spoke to
I
a
have
couple
no,
of,
I have no legal.
Hold on, Mr. Cal. I've spoken to a couple of lawyers, wanted to get them on this morning, and they said to me, Shaka, we're going through this ruling here because it shocks everyone that the judge has given SSL control
Right.
over the business after they have robbed up people money.
Listen to me, man.
And the judge said SSL must be in charge. The man that they put in charge is the man that's supposed to be in charge. And anything else, you have to come to the court. What?
My God.
Or did somebody blunder? Did somebody blunder somewhere?
I don't know the particulars that Mr. Batts has before him, you know.
And that's why the lawyers are saying that they are not ready to talk. They want to go through this and see what this is, because it is a shocker, a major shocker.
We might be saying one thing, you know, I'm calling.
Yes.
But the particulars that the judge, has before him, might have forced him to make the determination.
Exactly, and that's why the lawyers are saying that they're not ready to talk. They want to go through this, give them the weekend to go through this ruling here.
And if he is led to those conclusions that he has made, then I have to use my own mind and my own judgment, to proffer that he would have been compromised.
Well, I don't.
You remember the former statement that I make? The latter statement? No, remember, I would have exonerated him with the former, you know.
Yes, man, I hear that.
The latter,
I hear that. I hear that, but I want to also read as much as I can on this, because it surprises me.
I am giving him the benefit of the doubt.
I would want to say an error was made early up in the piece, and then people that say, yes, Shaka, I know you want to blame the government. So I am not going to be putting any blame on anyone, even cautioning anything. I just want to go through it this weekend, and maybe we might have to have a special program during the week to really dive down into this, because there's no doubt that people's money went missing under SSL. Ms. Panton is in custody.
Colin,
the FSC,
look at the implication.
Hold on, the FSC had made reports to the Minister of Finance. The Minister of Finance came out and said he never get no report. The SSC insisted that, the FSC insisted that they sent a report. The minister said he asked his staff to search for the report. They didn't find the report. Him go make a search. He found the report. Then the minister said that the FBI would be involved. A policeman came out now, I think he's now the commissioner, and said that they are doing the investigation. They have the necessary expertise, and if the FBI is needed, they would call in the FBI. Then he had to come back and backtrack because it made the minister look bad. So what happened? And that's why I'm saying, Mystical, let's take some time this weekend.
Your summary is detailed, you know. Your summary is quite sequential and detailed, you know, man.
Yes.
But watch this. Watch this.
And the minister said no stone would be left unturned.
That's right.
I want to remind my listeners and my viewers as well that a couple months before the thing came to light, the Prime Minister withdrew his funds from SSL. So let's not leave that out.
Colin, well, let us not assume. Yeah, let
No.
us give it some more time, because
Yes.
if we continue on the path of assumption, we are going to head up in doomsland. Yeah. But the point I wish to make, do you understand the repercussion and the implication
Of this?
of the judgment, in respect of criminal proceedings?
This is serious,
No, in respect of criminal proceedings. For me, long time.
In respect of any proceedings at all.
Any proceedings, including criminal proceedings. You never hear that part? Criminal proceedings. That means Jean and Panton, having been oppressed from the beginning, she's been oppressed. She's been oppressed. It means that tomorrow morning I forgot let her go.
And that me I wonder now. Under what them can hold her.
The judge stopped. To me, I this is my reading into the decision.
Yeah.
And that he has essentially stopped the proceedings. Somebody might more clear on the law might indicate something otherwise.
Well, Well, as I said, the weekend, the lawyers that I have spoken to are saying, give us a chance. Let's go through this, because this is not normal.
Yeah.
And that's the exact word one of them used to me. This is not normal.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Listen to me. We are giving them Saturday and Sunday to pour over these notes,
So Monday
morning, bright and early, them have to come out swinging. They are too much dormancy in Jamaica, too much latency.
This is one the government must appeal.
Well,
there got to be an appeal, because
you may say that
so much billions can't go down the drain, and then the people who had custody of this money, and the money went missing, the judge returned custody to them.
Yeah, but the level of obfuscation, that has been exercised by the government, that has been exercised by the Minister of Finance, no less a person than the Minister of Finance, by the Prime Minister removal of his funds, and by all kinds of shenanigans, tells a big story, about this case. Yeah, and whether this case, Lord of mercy, upon we are in our minds and what we are observing and seeing, and if what we are observing and seeing, is anything near the truth.
Abraham is saying that Justice Bats have more information than the press and the public. No, I agree with that.
Yeah,
Abraham.
yeah, man.
But at this stage now, we need to know.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that I heard Ralston on it a couple of times, that's saying the fact that the SSL saga has not been sorted out, people are losing confidence in the market, because people are saying, if Usain Bolt can't get back free money, then if them take my little 2 points, I not get it back either.
But SHACKA, this thing is opening up a specter, a real confused specter, because in one breath, let us just put this into it. We have to be provocative and real, in some respect. Do you understand that many of the customers of SSL have been called to verify, their stake? Their investment stake in SSL, and they are refused. What that says? That says a lot of things, What it says about, the credibility, and of your source of funds. You get what I'm saying to you? If I cannot come up front to claim and to identify, say, indeed, I am a legitimate account holder of this portfolio, why should I not be able to come forward clean hands and pure hearts? Why should I use my name to identify my interest?
It takes me back to something that I've been saying for quite some time, that Jamaica needs a forensic audit. And for a forensic audit to take place, you have to send the present manager's internal accountant all of those have to go and leave for you to have a proper audit.
Yeah, man.
I want to address
Because
something. Go ahead, Mystical.
No, it smells fishy from the outset, you know, when you can come and claim your rightful earnings, you know, man. Yeah, me work hard for this, you know. Yeah, it smells fishy. What is it? Am I washing? Am I laundering? What is it? What is it that I can't
wonder
come
if
up
some of
front
the
and claim?
people, some of the names that are there who supposed to have money are not real people. Yeah. Leave me alone.
Listen to me. We are deepening the conversation. And it is opening up a frontier.
Listen,
and
let me say so. I want to clear up a matter because I hear DP on a program the other day, and you know, simple things some people don't understand. Because I also said, Mystical, that the fact that the Prime Minister's filing cannot be certified or have not been certified by the Integrity Commission. The Prime Minister, the ultimate executive, and I don't call him that, I just use that term sarcastically. What I call him is the chief servant. He has a responsibility to the people of Jamaica to give us the information that he has. And I have been saying that the Prime Minister should release the information that he have in his possession, the correspondent with the Integrity Commission, because he can release those. The Integrity Commission cannot speak on the matter until they make a report. So I heard a man on the radio the other day, and I want to say to DP, what the law says is that after the Prime Minister and the leader of opposition filing has been certified, a summary, a shortened version of the filing must be made public. Yeah? So when you file, your filing might be 30 pages. When it is done and certified, the Integrity Commission might release a 2-page document giving the important points that they believe that the people ought to know. Also, where we are now, that for 3 years, no summary of the Prime Minister's filing could be made public because it has not been certified. If the Prime Minister wants to continue to be Prime Minister, he must be forthright with the people he serves.
Yeah,
and
quite
with,
so.
with this situation, the Prime Minister's position is untenable. And
you alluded to DP. What did he say?
He was on a program saying that he heard me saying that the Prime Minister should release the information. But he's of the opinion that the Prime Minister can't talk. And I think he's mixing up the summary with the certification.
Yeah, definitely.
He's mixing up the summary with the certification. It is not a certification should be made public, DP. It's a summary, a shortened version of the filing. Mark Golden filing, the summary was made public, and that's how we know, say, last year he make $50 million.
Yeah.
And the summary tell you where he make it from.
When we are honest communicators, you know, man, and if we have an interest in Jamaica and its people, you know, that's where my interest lies, you know, not in PNP and JLP's interest, you know. My interest lies first and foremost in the people of Jamaica. So
that is where my interest is.
I don't have no loyalty. Yeah? And my loyalty is defined as my philosophy and my commitment. Hallelujah. To my people.
Yes.
You get what I say, sir?
Yes.
You get what I say?
Yes.
This is my loyalty lies. Yeah? So
and you see, some people don't. You have a lot of people saying that we come every morning and we beat the Prime Minister. But a lot of people don't understand what is happening. If we allow this Prime Minister to get away with all he's getting away with, then the next Prime Minister will come and say, but that man did. And that man never certified for 3 years. Some young will certify for one. Listen, if you are trading on the stock exchange and you're filing past 90 days, you are suspended.
Listen this, SHACKA. Listen this. I said to you a couple weeks ago, am I on?
Yes, man. You're like,
Internet seems to be going and coming.
We're hearing you clear.
All right. I said to you, there are 3 principles on which reconciliation of accounts is based. And it is the principle, it is 3 basic errors. Let me put it this way, 3 basic errors which flourishes a reconciliation. Error of omission. I want you to hear me clearly now.
Yes.
Error of omission, error of commission, and error of original entry. Yeah? You can reconcile an accounting process.
Yes.
Without taking into consideration all these three errors. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you identify an error, it is either committed error or an omitted error, or an error that is placed there that should not be there, something of the sort. Let me further say to you, and write this down upon the tables of your heart, the Prime Minister's filing from 21 to, 3 is outstanding, but it's like we can't speak to that. The 2 outstanding filings cannot and will never be certified.
But you know, Mystical, after you said that, you know what I'm saying? We must now call on the Integrity Commission to file a report on those 2 years. They need to file
it is on
report.
the list, and they should. They should.
The Integrity Commission must be called upon now to file the report on the Prime Minister's statutory filing.
I hold them in breach of the law. I hold them in breach of the law. I hold them in a compromised position. And I am saying this clearly. And any just mind, observing all the processes, where this matter is concerned, will share with me, taking away your political preference.
Yeah, man, if you're talking about Jamaica, and if you're talking about morals now.
Yeah.
And this is not just moral, this is also a legal issue.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Time come. So it will never be if it could be certified, it would have been certified. Listen this. If the filings could be certified, they would be certified. Don't tell me that you are asking people to submit pieces of this and pieces of this and pieces of this. There comes a time when there is no more tolerance for you. It wouldn't be given to me or you, but I never given to Vaz. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And recently, as was disclosed in the oversight committee of the ICC, the Integrity Commission, sorry, not the ICC, probably the ICC should come in, you know what I mean? That a civil servant, even though she had outstanding filing for 2018 and 19, she was not held accountable by being charged. Yeah, she was given, I imagine, a reprieve, and the question being asked:
Why was she charged?
Is that why wasn't she charged? Why wasn't she charged? Yeah, because this is not the whims and fancies of the IC, you know. It is the law, you know, man.
And everybody's dancing
around the law. Everybody's dancing around the law. Remember, the chairman of the IC is a puny judge, you know, a ex-puny judge, you know.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying to you?
Justice Panther.
So we are talking about law. We are talking about director of investigation and director of prosecution. We're talking about law here, you know. And Greg Christie is also a member of the law fraternity. Yeah? So they are all caught up into this legal machinery, and they must give an account of themselves.
Listen,
because if they can't give an account of themselves, I am giving account for them.
I want to call upon the opposition, and the civil society. And I heard Daniel, what's her name? Is Daniel Archer? Yeah,
Archer.
I heard her on the radio last week, and she was forthright that the Prime Minister
definitely
must be dealt with. And this whole Mark Golding British citizenship is a sideshow that they want to bring. They want to make it the premier event, which is not even an event.
Yeah, man. You see, I don't even go there with you this morning.
And we're not going there because the event is the Prime Minister's filing. The event is these two ladies who are alleged to be US citizens. Yeah. The event is the 6 people who are under investigation. And I sent a message to Simon Croskill yesterday, because I heard him the day before saying that he will now ask any MP that he's going to interview if they have dual citizenship. But he is reluctant to ask if they are under investigation by the Integrity Commission. Why would you be reluctant to ask that question? It is a fair question. The Integrity Commission filed a report saying that 6 parliamentarians are under investigation. And I am saying, ask the opposition members, ask the government members, ask all senators. What is the 4th estate doing?
Listen to me, man. 4th estate? What is the what?
The 4th estate doing?
Well, when we talk about the 4th estate, let us resign it right here to the social media. Right?
Because where's the mainstream media has lost it.
Estate now.
Mainstream media has lost it. They have been bought and paid for.
They have lost it. They are bought and paid for. So they can only speak for. They can't speak against.
You know what? Mystical. You know what?
What a thing.
I saw an interview on CVM with the Prime Minister, and as I said to somebody, I've been in the media since 1993. And I understand that sometimes you're getting an interview, they tell you, listen, I'm not going to speak on this issue. I'm not going to speak on that issue. But, you know, what I normally do as a journalist, if you open the door as the interviewee, then I'm going to go through, you know. Because when the Prime Minister start talking about morals on that CVM interview, he opened the door for the journalists to ask him about his morals. They didn't.
Exactly.
They didn't. It just lied.
You know that these people do not value or credit our intelligence, you know. These people presuppose that the whole away done.
Yeah,
you
man.
don't see the disrespect.
Fully done.
You don't see the contempt and disrespect with how they speak. Yeah, and what they speak. And they think that all of us around here are dunces, that we don't understand what they're doing and what they're saying and what they're thinking. Yeah? And that is the crux of the matter, you know. They speak as if they're speaking to their base.
Yeah, man. They believe that we have a myopic view on life. We don't see further than we knows.
And we don't understand, and we forget everything tomorrow morning after it is done today. Yeah? But listen, remember, I am here. You are here. And many more are here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
I want to see the Bar Association. Yeah. I want to see other civil society who believe in Jamaica. And,
the churches.
And believe in the retention in the churches. I don't even talk about churches, you know, brother, because we have a different philosophy about and concept about church. Because the Bible don't. We talk about religious organization.
Are the religious
the church?
They need to speak.
Religious organization, man. Yeah.
Religious organization.
What is the church?
I stand corrected.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. The church is about people sharing things together, you know, man. As a philosophy of the church is an economic entity, you know, man, a socio-economic entity, you know. And many people don't understand. So them for read them Bible and apprise themselves. So I take umbrage with that.
Mystical wrap up. Giving some other people a chance.
But I am thank you. But I'm saying to you this morning, SHACKA, that if Jamaica is not awakened to the path that the government intends to take us on and to resist. And I'm so happy that Mr. Mark Goling, stood up and distinguished himself by preventing Jamaica to enter into the zone of constitutional catechism. If he never resisted signing, you know where we'd be today? They would have their way of putting in a constitution which have no relationship with the people of Jamaica. You don't have no say in it. Me not have no say in it. Who are they? Who are they? I don't want the PNP or the JLP to define our constitution. I want the people of Jamaica to determine what is necessary and relevant in a constitution to give us social and economic justice. And we can't have this little mendicant colonial relic, which is Jamaica, a colonial relic. And people are standing up and about no dual citizenship and no this and that. It's a mendicant colonial relic. And not until we reach a stage of having a constitution that guarantees us and gives us a sense of belonging, and a sense of right and entitlement of its resources. And so we can't talk about no dual citizenship. Anybody from anywhere can come stand up in this right now. There's a mendicant colonial relic, and the confliction that is there and that is appropriated through our system of government, and through our parliamentary process that defines how we pledge allegiances and so on. We can't have no sensible conversation in this. So we just go on and go on and go on until we have determined that we have come to a determination and a conclusion with the people's contribution being recognized.
Big up yourself, Mr. Carl. Giving some other people a chance.
Cool.
804-7072. We want to hear from you this morning. We want to hear from you this morning if you think Jamaica is running all right. If you think everything is good. If you think it is okay that the Prime Minister's statutory filing has not been certified for 3 financial years now. Do you think it is okay for American citizens to be sitting in the parliament when the Constitution said it is not supposed to be? It is our country. It's our Jamaica.
Hypocrites relax. Trace back, SHACKA feel my real backlocks. Know that the war is on.
This is a spiritual and mental, philosophical
now is the appointed time.
war that is taking place. Let's go to the call. Morning, caller.
Hi, morning.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Greetings to you, and let me commend you on the hard work that you are doing. And
blessings.
I know it's not an easy task.
Not at all.
Right, and I want to commend you. I want to commend the team in East Portland. That I mean, I know you were up against some super money spending there. Yeah? And I'm not talking any ordinary money.
No.
Yeah. But you know, for how long will the wicked prosper?
Yeah, man, we have to beat the money. A fool and his money shall soon depart.
Yeah, and it's all about organization.
Yes,
right. Man. And I want to urge the comrades in East Portland to take the organization serious, because in 1980, when the entire length and breadth of Jamaica fell to the JLP, you remember which region stood up?
Was Region 2.
Region 2.
Yes.
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 And anytime the country is at a desperate position, it has always called upon Region 2, that is St. Mary, St. Thomas,
and Portland.
Yes, and Portland to come to its rescue.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Now, my brother, I want to share with you something that really alarms me. Let me first declare my bias in this situation, that the sitting member of parliament for Northwestern Clarendon is in fact my friend. Yeah? And so I take no pleasure in rejoicing over this, but principle is principle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? How could you possibly know you're an Israeli citizen by birth? Yes?
And Israel is not a member of the Commonwealth.
And Israel is not a member of the Commonwealth. Not only that.
So you're saying what name Enriquez? What's his name?
Yes, Philip Enriquez.
Philip Enriquez. It is alleged
The
that
same.
he's a Israeli
No,
citizen.
It is not alleged. I can confirm that to the entire nation. This is my personal friend. Huh?
And you are saying, so how long now you know Sembana Israel?
No, well, based upon my information, he acquired it by descent. I need to double check the birthplace. Because remember now, Philip Enriquez is related to Sean Paul's father.
The Sean Paul's father.
Yes.
No, but what may I say? You just saying Bana Israel.
Based upon let me double check. Based upon my estimation, I don't know how he acquired the Israeli.
That's what I may say to you, say, make we use
so
allege.
let me double check that for you, my friend. Because one thing with me, I will not release something that I have to take back. Huh?
But you are saying that you are sure that he's an Israeli citizen.
I am as certain as the day is that he has an Israeli passport.
No, an Israeli passport.
I am certain. I am as certain as the day. Yeah, and let me explain to the country why he was brought into the parliament and why he was brought into the Jamaica Labour Party's top brass. Remember, this is the treasurer, not the former treasurer. You know?
Talk to me.
Yeah. Now, remember, we understand why that trip was planned to Israel in 2018.
Talk to me. When the Prime Minister went to Israel.
Right? And he was on that trip as a special envoy with the Prime Minister to Israel on that trip. That's one. Two, all of the agricultural tractors and equipment, where they're coming from now? Israel. Who has the largest tractor company in Jamaica? The same sitting member of parliament.
What?
Hello?
Talk to me.
Who has received, whose company has received all the contracts from RADA for their tractor services?
Talk to me.
Same member of parliament's company. Yeah? So let me tell you what is his role. His role was really to act as the balance within so you have your neighbor there in West Portland, right? He represents the non-Jewish community in Jamaica, meaning those who they're not religiously aligned, they're not from any historical nothing. They just come in Jamaica by color and over years they have acquired wealth. For this gentleman now, he is the go-to man in the Jewish community in Jamaica.
Right, he's the Jewish connection.
So he is their financier, he is their money man from the Jewish community.
Talk to me.
Yeah? Hence why they have been for the last 3 years, they have never been able to take a position on Palestine. Hence why them duck the vote at the UN.
Talk to me.
Hence why the Saudi Arabia special envoy and minister with responsibility for foreign affairs traveled in the night like Nicodemus to come and tell Wholeness just a month or two ago that if you don't change your position on Palestine, the money that you and the Minister of Tourism and the one that is now at Ministry of Industry that used to live in Oman and Qatar, that you have negotiated for these major tourism hotel deals that the Arabs are invested in, we're not going to support it. We're not going to support it. We're going to pull out.
You have a change of stance with Israel.
You remember within less than 2 days we heard a change of stance?
Talk to me.
So I said to people, this is how they operate. It has always been about money. It is always, these people have no integrity. They did the same thing with Venezuela. Yeah.
Oh God, don't go there. Venezuela. What they did to Venezuela, that is called biting the hands that feed you.
No, it was not, and I think the whole Jamaica has never understood that Venezuela situation. Yeah. And I am even more passionate about the Venezuela situation than I'm about the Palestinian situation.
Me too, because Venezuela is why we are where we are now, and why some people are talking about the macroeconomy is doing well. It was Venezuela who bailed us out.
Off the debt. Yes, who write off the debt buyback.
It's Venezuela, and then we throw them under the bus.
No, but let me tell you, it was intentional. It was intentional because your friend there in West Portland, hello?
Hello, talk to me.
He had a conglomerate with the one sitting in Western, and it seems like it's the Western is the problem, right? And the one sitting in Western St. Mary, yes, they had a conglomerate, and what they were hoping to do was they were attempting to buy Pedevas by Petrojam, which is to buy back the shares from Pedevasa through an established gas operating company they have in Jamaica.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
When Minister Cleanup, because I call her Minister Cleanup, yeah? That is Minister Favor Williams, was sent to the Ministry of Energy. And they moved P.S. Palmer, Carol Palmer, yeah? To the ministry. The immediate thing, and they have never addressed this issue. Who was it that was interested in buying Petrojam? What is the connection with the now Minister of Energy? Hello?
Hello. I hear you loud and clear, sir.
Right?
Talk to me.
And is this connection a financial connection? Is this one of the former minister? Well, is he still the Minister of Energy now? Because I'm at loss as to who. These days we are so confused as to who has portfolios. Things have been changing so rapidly.
My friend in West is still the Minister of Energy.
Okay. So the minister, right, needs to declare what relationship he had with this conglomerate, and is he still flying on the jet of this conglomerate?
Oh, wow.
How could you have the sitting Minister of Energy flying on a major gas company in Jamaica who has been bidding for major contracts from the government? Does that make sense?
That is what you call what? Conflict of interest?
No, it's conflict at its best. I remember in 2019 when the debacle started about the Rooms Beach project. Yeah? And
because we don't get the report on that Rooms on the Beach issue yet.
No, it has been buried. No, we got some of the report, but there was other aspects of it that we were supposed to receive. We only heard that the Auditor General was worried that the amount that was being offered was way below
what it valued.
What it valued.
Yes.
Yeah? But let me reveal to Portlanders. So whilst you are suffering, your sitting member of parliament is busy flying around the world and making business deals
for himself.
Yeah. When this occurred, when the Rooms Beach project and the contract was being negotiated with the Mexicans, ask anybody in St. Mary where the Mexicans fly from, and they will tell you.
Oh,
yeah, they fly from the same base that the minister flies from when he's between East Portland, West Portland, and Western St. Mary at the very airport. Yeah, when the deal was concluded, a jet bearing Mexican registration. Yeah? Hear what I said to you, teacher. And this is not me fabricating any story. This is somebody who worked in the system, who understood this to be true and was there witnessing it. At the time, it was the Western man and the man in Manchester. The man in Manchester that was on that flight. Yeah? They left. They departed the Ian Fleming Airport and they headed to Mexico City. Do you hear what I said to you?
I hear you loud and clear, listening to you.
Do you know whose jet it was?
No.
The very same Mexicans they were negotiating rooms on the beach with. And after a week after, we were told about $30 million coming through a local bank that passed to the US. Hello?
Talk to me.
That was when they went to go collect the money.
Talk to me. I am listening.
And that is why now some people have a stamp in them visa, which is in keeping with the Patriot Act, which is in relation to money laundering.
Talk to me.
Because source of funds is very critical when you are determined. Remember, they always say, no, follow the money and you find the trail.
Oh, yeah.
When the money left Mexico City, the These guys were not even so creative to say, okay, let's send it from Mexico City to Belize and then back from Belize to the US. So you could actually change, the location.
Yeah.
So at least because that's how laundering works. They have to send it over multiple locations before it actually goes to where it's
supposed to go.
So,
yeah.
So the traceability is not at that. That did not happen. The money went straight from Mexico City, from account A to account B at a particular Jamaican bank.
Talk to me.
Right? And so the man who sits in the Senate now must explain to the country how was it that he facilitated this transaction of $30 million. Yeah? And what it was
30 million US.
Yeah. You come on, these guys not talking about nothing less than that. Yeah, because that is why Rooms on the Beach was sold for less than what it valued. Because that's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
You do it less than what it is valued, and whatever the savings, it is kicked back to you under the table.
So that is what you call the kickback.
That is what they call the kickback. But that's not the only kickback that he benefited from. Within the same couple months after, there was a team of divers with equipment, with swimming equipment and everything coming from West Portland, actually they said they were coming from the Blue Lagoon. Yeah. Now, I had inquired as to what was happening. I'm a fluent speaker of Spanish, so me and them could communicate. And
yes.
Of course, when I looked and I found out, do you know they were actually, which place where is Navy Island?
Right in Port Antonio, yes, sir, brother.
Okay, do you know that was where they were coming from?
Navy Island.
They were actually diving and digging and looking for some stuff because they say apparently there's some treasure trove under there.
Under Navy Island?
Yes.
How will you not say to me?
I am in discussions with the team out of Mexico to this day. One of the persons on that team are my friend. Yeah, is a friend of mine.
So they're searching for treasure
engineer
under Navy Island.
And let me tell you, these guys are experts at it because they're coming from the Yucatan Peninsula.
Yes.
Now, if you understand Central American history, the Yucatan's Peninsula, a lot of those, the Aztecs used to build underground, underwater. Yeah, They found ways of going underwater to build things. Yeah,
right.
And so they have had to use experts like these who understand when things came underground, how to find them, how to dig them up, how to excavate them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I looked and I said, okay, so it was treasure. But no, my friend, it is not that. You remember we heard the other day about Jamaica signing a license for a company to do deep sea bed mining? So when I traced a little bit, I dug up the connection between this Mexican company and the government of Jamaica and this Mexican company and the principal company now who the government has supported to receive a deep sea mining license. Yeah.
So it's what, oil?
No, not for oil. Remember what they're doing, there's now a new energy, a new project where they're saying the jewels there's a certain amount of things that sit at the floor bed of the sea. Yeah?
Yeah.
So these are stones, they are precious metal stones that form over the years through sedimentation and different stuff.
Right.
Yeah? And so what they're doing is that they're searching for these jewels, as they call them.
Yeah.
And they will be very integral in the battery industry, meaning electric car industry.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one. They'll be critical in the new energy sector going forward. So these are real energy.
And you're saying that Jamaica have a woolly pipe?
Yes, because we sit on so they say it is between the Mexican waters, yeah, and so between the Gulf of Mexico, right, coming back home to Jamaica. But remember, Jamaica is so unique in terms of its location, yeah. So the very same shores of the very same Gulf of Mexico waters
Yeah.
come back on our shores.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So so we don't have the amount that they say exactly as a pinpoint of the shore of Mexico has.
Yes.
But we are along the same fault line. We're along the same line. It says then therefore would be able to produce the same, maybe not the same amount, but we'll be
I
able to
wonder.
produce.
Hold on. I wonder if there are disturbing things on the floor of the sea. That's why we're having so much earthquakes in recent time.
Remember, that one of the drawbacks of that too, when they went to, because remember the seabed authority is right in Kingston, Jamaica.
Yes.
So when they made the application, one of the objections from members of the seabed authority was that could possibly be an issue because remember Jamaica is located along the same fault line that Haiti is.
There you go. That's my concern now.
So we need, and the environmentalists have been so quiet on this one, right? Let me tell you something. I have never seen the environmentalists in Jamaica so quiet. I've never seen NEPA, who used to be an agency with teeth. The Prime Minister has virtually put NEPA in his office, silent him, and poor Peter Knight, poor Mr. Knight.
Well, Mr. Knight is no longer there. We have a new director
I know
now.
he left.
Yes.
I know he left. I know they have a new director. And they frustrated him. Because he stood up to them. Yeah? He stood up to them with a lot of things that they're doing.
I know that.
What is happening, and you have been advocating for this, Shaka, which is a new, and let me not call you Shaka, I'm going to call you MP in waiting.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Speak
because
it into being.
I know that it will happen. But I want to move a little bit and talk the local politics now.
Yes.
Yeah? And as I quickly wrap up. When the by-election was called in 2000 was it 2018?
19.
I can't remember. It's still a sad day because Dr. Bloomfield was somebody who I had a very good relationship with. He was one of those member of parliaments as a young man.
And I can tell you now that we are going to start a campaign, Justice for Dr. Bloomfield,
Yeah, it needs to. It's overdue.
I am just putting everybody on notice that we are going to start that campaign, Justice for Dr. Bloomfield, because it cannot be that a sitting member of parliament murdered in his house and the government buried him like a common man. Not even a state. I mean, I would expect a state funeral, but okay, an official funeral. Not even that. Something is wrong.
Because their conscience is guilty.
Something is wrong.
Right? And I am saying, right? I remember, because I had a very close relationship with Dr. Bloomfield.
Yeah.
And I know you'll remember, and maybe this is the first the entire country going to hear why Dr. Bloomfield died. Huh?
Talk to me.
There was a meeting. You remember they were trying to revive Errol Flynn Marina?
Yes.
In that same time. You remember there were discussions being held at Errol Flynn Marina?
Mm-hmm.
There was a conversation by the MP that he had said that there were too many transshipment activities happening in the parish. Hello?
Hello? I never hear that, but talk to me.
Okay. When he made that statement, because I'm telling you, this is somebody that was very close. I was in the YO, I was very close to Comrade Bloomfield. As a matter of fact, when he faced his initial challenge from my good friend there, Andrea Moore, I came to his rescue immediately. We used to talk on the phone. I used to give him strategies. I used to tell him, man, don't worry yourself, you'll be good. Because the man is a good man, to be honest.
Yes.
Yeah. So when he made the statement, somebody very close to him and I were talking, and they said he made that statement. I said, this was one of the worst statements he could ever make. Because we know that the players in the transshipment activities in the parish of Portland, they're politically connected. Let them take me to court for saying that. But we know. Exhibit A, Beaches South, is in court. This is no new information. This is something that has been made public by the Court of Jamaica. Yeah? By the Court of Jamaica. We know who were these guys associated, and we know what they do. Yeah? So when he was killed, right, they felt that they were getting rid of him because they would have moved somebody out the way
Yeah.
that would not stand in their way in terms of what they wanted to do. And it also had to do with the Titchfield lands as well,
Oh.
under the trust. Yes. So because he refused vehemently to sign over to a particular individual,
Yeah.
and you know who I'm talking to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because of the interest that that individual has. So so we know there are motives to kill this man. So that is why the investigation should not be taking so long. And then the man who they accuse kill the man walk out the court and gone.
And disappear. And you know, hear nothing more about it. Just disappear in thin air.
And I'm wondering.
I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember. Hold on. I don't know if you remember that the police said that they found 1, 2, 3, 4 different DNA samples at the crime scene.
Yes. And we have never gotten any of those other samples.
No.
Those samples
and them stop searching and them stop searching for the owners of those.
Yeah. But as I say, we're gonna push that. But what am I saying now in terms of the politics? I've looked at the numbers for years, at least. As I say, I've been looking at that seat from Dr. Bloomfield has been there in terms of the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The people of East Portland need to stop, sit down in the house and thinking that, oh, all is well, the PNP will win. This is not this time around. What happened in 2018, and that is why we know that
2019.
2019, I keep on saying 2018. 2018 was Dr. Winston Green.
Right.
Right. So, and why do I keep on saying this? That in relation to the numbers, so in 2018.
Hold the line for me. Hold the line for me. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, talk to me.
Morning.
Morning. Where are you, brother?
Yeah. What a week it was, eh?
What a week, what a morning. You hear the information the mother caller they give you a while ago?
Yeah, I just catching from the last part of it.
Brother. This who miss it, I have go back and watch this show, yeah. Yes, man. Talk to me, Wilson.
You know, I've been watching and listening over the week. And I want to see some of the insults, some of the propaganda that people are spreading. I mean, there are persons who you thought knew better and who would have been honest enough to actually call out certain things. And then when you see them, the direction in which they're pushing the narrative, you start to wonder who these persons were the same one used to call out people as operative. And when you look at the things that they have posted, commented on, if you're an operative, there's no way you'd have taken that kind of perspective to what had happened. Now, that fiasco that took place on RGR, when was it? Thursday or Wednesday? No, it was Thursday. It couldn't be Wednesday because Emily was
Thursday,
on
yes.
Thursday.
You mean when the man admit to having dual citizenship?
However, at the time, he was in no position. He didn't want to discuss the matter.
Yeah, man. Him tell him, say him come to talk about water.
Water.
Him say, but me don't talk about water, you know.
Right. However, within an hour after that, there was a letter online circulated that he was in the process of renouncing. Now, this is just damage control. And I can tell you why. He knew all along that he was doing nothing wrong by being a senator with his dual citizenship.
Absolutely.
So he was in good stead.
Yes.
However, to satisfy and not to let the leader and his operative seems to be creating the distraction that everybody else who on the outside looking in recognize. He had to take a stand now to say, well, I'm going to give up something that there's no requirement for me to give it up.
Exactly.
And that is being
Rubbish.
dishonest, because what he's doing, is actually feeding into the narrative to give the public, because the argument is that if you have dual citizenship,
But listen, before you go any further, and let me just say this to Matthew Samuda. You cannot denounce your citizenship. You are a born Englishman. You can't denounce that. You have to go reborn again to
can't
denounce
change
that.
the fact that he was born in England.
Exactly.
And
Man, you cannot
the
renounce
reality-
that.
You can't change that fact.
Change what?
And the reality is, this argument that is being pushed, that the fact that you have dual citizenship means that you are less loyal to Jamaica than somebody who has who only have Jamaican citizenship. That argument don't hold water,
Rubbish that.
because
That are rubbish.
our own prime minister, who born, bred and grew in Jamaica, set up set up business in another country to evade tax and to hide what he was doing. Is that loyalty?
Hallelujah.
So how is it you're going to tell me now, say, because somebody who was born in Jamaica of a British father makes him less loyal to Jamaica than somebody who born in Jamaica of a Jamaican father?
Listen.
You don't have no evidence to reach that conclusion.
Listen.
That is just something that I thought it was a response to the fact that your popularity is waning,
Yes.
and as a result, you wanted to create a situation where you know that many of your followers and quite a few Jamaicans are not too afraid with a lot of things. So when you gaslight them, you can actually get them to follow a false narrative, because many of them is what you say is not what they can't even think through the issue for themselves.
Yeah,
And that is what
hold on, Wilson. SARS
he
is saying.
set out to do.
Hold on, Wilson. SARS is saying, correction, SHACKA. He can renounce his citizen. Listen to me. Legally, yeah, you can do whatever. But as I have always said to people, that wherever you're born, which by your navel string cut, you cannot disassociate yourself from that place.
But you see people overseas championing the cause. And some of those persons, they have American passport now, and them have England pass, and them American passport, for example. And they want to dictate to us. Them choose, to go and get an American passport.
Yes.
And the reality is, I can tell them this, and some of them won't accept it. If they could have made life here, many of them who go there who get American passport would be still here.
Exactly. That's true.
But the
are better them a look.
That, of course.
Are better them a look. And I have not against a man who have a look better for himself.
No.
If you can't make it, you have to look it somewhere else. I have no problem with you.
But hold on now. The reality is that when I see them trying to insult the Jamaican people and them run gone to another country, I want to call us down here fool, and we not have no sense, and we know this. Some persons down here not, and not everybody down here are fool.
No.
And there are persons down here who have contributed far more to this country than them, because all they can do is post and think that they know, and the more they post and the more they talk is the more you realize they don't understand.
Yeah, man, and the more fool them look. Yes, man.
Well,
that is a fact. But Wilson,
like
tell me something, Wilson. Tell me something. And I should have asked Mr. Callis question. It is alleged that two ladies are sitting in the parliament now with American citizenship. What do you think should happen if this is found out to be true?
Well, if this is found out to be true, it's an indictment on the present leader. And I can tell you why. it would fit into his fit into him not respecting the Constitution as the supreme law. Because based on what had happened before, he should have known, well, he would have known that the Constitution don't permit it. So
and these people would have lied on the form, you know. These people would have lied on the form that you sign out
so
for
you would have
nomination.
sanctioned somebody. Because remember, you know, the persons in the constituency would know that final details.
Right.
But you are to know.
As the leader of the party.
As the leader of the party. So if it is you allow persons to sit in that parliament, the leader of the party has to be accountable for that. And as a result, it should be something, because to actually, you know, to put the country through a by-election and all those things to correct those problems, it is enough for us to say, no, enough of you, because you were caught with your pants down, because you should have known that even if you don't know, you have to take responsibility for it. If the person's lied to you, you have to take responsibility for it. So something have to give. Something will have to give. But you see, I hear them talking about this morality card. We can't draw morality when it suits us, you know. We have to, if we ever draw the card, we have to draw it right across the board.
And that's why the country, you see, Wilson, the country is not set up to be run by just mere morals. The country should be run by the laws. And what the law says. Remember, the
Constitution is the supreme law.
Exactly. Because every man moral different, you know.
Exactly. Because, for example, some man believe that everybody will worship on Sunday at hell.
Yeah.
One another set of man believes say the Sabbath is outdated. It never meant for this generation.
Yeah. And the next man believes say if woman wear pants, she go hell. It is immoral for a lady to wear pants.
And you have a next set of man who believes say God no exists.
Exactly.
But all we still
so that's why a country cannot be run on what a next man think are the morals of a next man. That's why the country is set up to be run by the laws, and the supreme law is the Constitution. So if there are things in the Constitution that you don't agree with, then change it, man.
But I would say this to anybody who is in support of what is happening, to say, I am convinced that if the government, the Prime Minister, had a problem with Commonwealth citizens sitting in the Parliament, that would have been the number one thing on the list to change when he created that ministry, right, to deal with the constitution reform.
Yes.
The fact that that was not even mentioned leads me to conclude that his pronouncement on CVM was a political, opportunistic opportunity that he took.
I don't even call it a political opportunity. I call it a self-saving opportunity. I see him try to save himself. You know, your man say, dual citizens can sit in the parliament, but not if you want to be prime minister.
But the reality is,
man try to save himself.
No, but you have people still abiding to that principle as
but here why
vote for a prime minister.
Him not even not try to save himself just against Mark Golding, you know. He might try to save himself against people like Matthew Samuda too.
Well, that's what based on what we learned this week, because the others that we still hear about, we don't know if they are so. But we can definitively state that Matthew come forward
and admit.
And even
he never come forward. He was asked and he admit.
He was asked, but if you listen to all the argument developing, when he was told that somebody said it, his initial response was, it was in such a way that he was caught between whether or not he should answer yes or no. Kai was say, really?
Yeah.
And then he came back and he said, everybody know.
Me never know.
I did not know.
Me never know.
And I did not know. And the poster told him that she did not know. And I am sure that a significant number of Jamaicans had no idea that that was so.
No,
because, and listen, and we didn't have to know, Because guess why?
It is
There
it
was
is
no
legal.
requirement.
No requirement
It is
for him
legal.
to say. Yeah.
Yes, but even that response about everybody know is feeding straight in the narrative. Because
Conscience,
he
man.
want to say no. He want to say he was hiding nothing. Because remember, part of the narrative, is that the man who everybody know that his father came from England. And if your father come from England, you'll automatically in that period of time become a British citizen.
Right, that's so.
So it is easy for persons to know that. But we never know where your father come from or your mother.
And we never know say Matthew born in England, brother.
And we never know. So you see, the level of dishonesty that these persons try to put forward, and then you have persons further in this agenda. And there are so many other things that have happened over the past week that is so important to the Jamaica to come.
Why? Let me tell you something.
And
Jamaica is in a serious dilemma, Wilson. We have poor leadership right now in Jamaica. And because of the poor leadership we have in Jamaica, the country is sinking.
And it is not just poor leadership at the political level, We're suffering from a leadership deficit right across many sectors within the country.
Yeah.
Within the country. It's because guess why? Sometime, I had a friend who told me that many system in Jamaica is a microcosm of the bigger political system.
True.
You see, if we have a political system that operates with scant regards for the laws, most time the persons who operate the entities within that country, treat the laws that govern those entities just the same way, and operate it as if it's their personal business. And the interests of the masses get lost or destroyed in the process. So we, as a people, have to get to the point where we say, look, we don't want no more of this, because this is not serving our interests. It is not serving our interests.
None at all. And if we continue, the country will crash. It is in a nosedive. And if we don't put in a new pilot to pull up, we're going to crash. Wilson, thanks much.
Yeah, man, cool.
Blessings. Christopher McDonald. You'd have to tell me what Mark Golding lie about. You would have to tell me what Mark Golding lied about. And when you tell me that, then I will address you. But outside of you telling me that, there's nothing to address with you. Because what you're talking is really rubbish or garbage. Hold on, I'm trying to find back my caller that I had before Wilson. Where we go. So what my calls them there? That was Wilson. This was you. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let me get back to Virginia. Give him a chance to finish up on the points that he was making. Some serious information. Yeah, my brother. I had to call you back to finish up the points you were on.
I understand, and I was listening back. I want to thank Wilson for his point. He's always on point.
Yeah, man.
This is my Saturday morning program.
Yes,
By the way, let me tell you, you have a lot of listeners in and over the world.
All about over the world, I know. Thank you. And we thank them for tuning in every Saturday morning religiously.
So I was making the point about East Portland. So
yes.
When they were preparing, and that is why I am quite suspect as to how did they expect, or how were they preparing for East Portland? It is as if they were preparing for the death of Mr. Bloomfield. I said so, and I'm not saying it in a malicious way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, how were you able to move? You know that almost over 3,000 votes were transferred to Eastern Portland during that period?
So I heard.
I'm not saying that I've heard. I saw it for myself. Because you have the list. Remember, there are 3 lists. That is 2 lists published a year time. One is the 31st of May. One in May 30th.
Yeah.
And one in November.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And those lists showed a lot of transfers. And most of those transfers were placed out in an area very close to Sansan.
Talk to me.
So I'm speaking facts.
Talk to me.
Yeah. Now, when the transfers were done, and they used it to win the election. So really and truly, any Eastern Portland candidate that is now running the election, on the day of that election, you are behind by 3,000 votes. Do you hear what I said to you?
Mm.
On the day of the election, you are behind by 2,000 votes. Their plan was to have put the majority of those votes in prospect against Brother Wayne. Yeah? And because they know they would not have gotten through with it in Port Antonio. Yeah?
Talk to
So
me.
they put it in prospect. Someone sent around the division there that Darren was representing before he died. Yeah? And the remaining was spread throughout Mansion Hill. A couple of them was sent in Rural Hill. So I'm telling you exactly where the votes were sent.
Okay. I'm listening.
Yeah?
Very interesting.
So one of the first thing when I looked the other day, one of the first things that has to happen to any candidate that is running East Portland is first they have to locate their votes.
Yes.
Anne-Marie peaked at what? Roughly about 7,000 votes the other day.
No, 8,000 change.
8,000 change. During the by-election against Damon Crawford, Portland Eastern made an history and went up to 9,000.
Yeah, she got 9,600. Damian got 9,300 and change.
300, right?
Yeah.
Which says to me, the election she ran the other day, she will never be ever able to get back in that 9,000 region.
And she can't get 8,000 again neither.
And she can't get 8,000 again. So any PNP candidate who's running in Eastern Portland must identify quickly 8,000 votes. Yeah?
I hear you. And that will respond to that.
I know. And I don't want to talk much because I might reveal some of your strategy in terms of what you're thinking, even though we have not spoken. Yeah?
Yeah, so I don't want you going in the PNP
no, I'm
details.
not going to go into the numbers. I'm not going to go into the numbers. What I'm saying is that 3 divisions must come out strong for you. And you know those 3 divisions.
Exactly.
Yes?
Yes.
Those 3 divisions must be fully engaged with canvassing.
Yes.
Non-stop.
Yes.
The check in terms of new registrations.
Yes.
Must be what? The scrutineers in your constituency must be a matter of fact.
May I talk politics a little more from this? I don't want to go in at that level of detail because I will labor listen to me as well. So we're not giving them anything to carry, go tell them. So
no problem.
We could leave that detail.
This dual citizenship issue, right?
But let me ask you though. Let me ask you. Mm-hmm. It is alleged that Michelle Charles, MP for Eastern St. Thomas, and Juliet Cuthbert, that they are U.S. citizen, and now you bring up Mr. Enriquez, who is an Israeli. If these are found to be true, what actions ought to be taken by the courts?
The same action ought to be taken in Vaz versus Dabdu, Roe versus Vaz. Yes, the very said action will be taken, which means that they must vacate their seat, one, or the person who ran against them. But because the test case with Vaz stated that there must be a by-election,
I don't agree with that, because the law really says that if one person was duly nominated, the seat should go to that person. And the fact that 2008 happened, and after 2008, a number of members of parliament had to vacate the parliament, gave up their seat and go back and run for it. Then these people now ought to be punished by the full limit of the law. You knew, you lied on the form, because on the form, it asks you if you are dual citizen, if you have citizenship of another country,
My brother, I have seen the form. I have been pivotal to the point of having had candidates running Clarendon, and I've had to be part of the process then through the form to assign.
Right. So if they lied on the form, that is fraud.
No, and I agree that there should be penalty. That is the first indication of you misrepresenting, and you have not even sat in the house.
And I am hoping that Monday morning the opposition will take up these matters fully.
No, they should. With the issue with the one in Eastern St. Thomas, right? I am not surprised, and I know the family very well. Yeah.
Well, I saw Wayne Lonesome the other evening. I don't remember if it was yesterday evening on his program. And Wayne went on our list and he was showing even the brother that has renounced his citizenship.
He renounced because he was renouncing in preparation to come and run in replacement of the father.
Right.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't she have renewed, or she never get no citizenship? Mine, you know.
No. Don't make a mistake. She's a full-bred American citizen.
No, man, you cannot be brother and sitting in the parliament.
Let no one say otherwise.
So hold on. So what we say to all these GLP trolls now who are out there on Mark Golden and talking about morality while some of their members are illegally breaking the law. Let me say it, because I don't want people to understand illegal. Breaking the law by sitting in the parliament with US citizenship.
But let me tell you, you have pointed to it. There ought to be a penalty, and the penalty should be.
They must pay back the money when they collect.
Exactly, because you did so under false pretense.
They must be thrown out of the parliament and pay back the money.
Imagine this: one of the most hard-working member of parliament.
Listen, I am going to dismiss. Hold on, Carla. I am going to dismiss this argument about these people are citizens of non-Commonwealth country. Not so.
Okay.
Not true.
And I respect that for you because
not
you're
true.
Quite a balanced guy and you're being balanced. And
it cannot be true.
Oh well.
It cannot be true.
Remember, this is the age. You know what has been beating the Jamaica Labour Party? They've been saying people making up information.
Yes.
The difference is you're now in an information age.
When people dig up on you. And like the MP from West Portland said, no secret.
No secret. You can go on the State Department's website. You can look at persons who have renounced, because it is so funny, right? Why is it that the public information of Shiny Robinson of blessed memory is there showing Shiny Fakuri, which is her family name?
Yes.
Right? She renounced.
Yes.
Sharon Hay Webster renounced.
It's there. Yes.
We've seen Patrol Charles Jr. renouncing.
Yeah. We saw what name? Charles name? Colonel Charles Jr.
Senior renounced as well.
Yes.
Right? Because they got their citizenship during the 80s, you know, because remember they were a part of the CIA.
When they take with themselves.
Right.
Yes.
So most of the colonel came back from the States in the 70s. He came wanting to have joined the PNP, but they tell him he wasn't bright enough. So
you're so wicked and cool, man.
Yeah, when he came back from NYU after finishing in New York and coming back down, thought he was going to come and work for the party. They tell him he wasn't bright enough, you know. And then he went and got joined the Labour Party and then became a thorn in the PNP side. So I'm saying that if the public information is there, okay, if you have renounced and when this thing is going around for days as a sitting MP, it brings into issue your credibility. Why haven't you published your renunciation information then? Well, I'd love to run to social media, you know?
Well, the question must be asked Monday morning, forthright, to these people who they are alleging that they have citizenship outside of the Commonwealth. Because if you have Commonwealth citizenship, you know, man, you're good. And like Mark said, as a leader, I'm not going to give up my thing well legal because a 1 and 2 man I say get up. The fact is the Constitution, the Supreme Law of Jamaica, said it is okay for you to have it. And therefore, it's not about how a man think.
Exactly. Yeah? And I like how you have put it. This simply put, look here, the Constitution, not say where the Constitution is silent and matters, it is not for you to become a voice for the Constitution. The Constitution speaks for itself.
We're going to Constitution reforms now. What in there we don't like? make we do it in a reform and make we change it now. But for the time
honestly,
being,
you know,
it is what it is.
I'm of the view, and I think there are many in the PNP who will disagree with me, but I say it forthrightly that this constitutional reform is a sham.
It
and
is.
The process must be abandoned by the opposition. The opposition must not allow themselves to be woodwinked, yeah, because that is what is happening when you are going to put the role of a president, yeah, and that the president can come from third generation Jamaican, but a man who born in Jamaica, you have a problem with him. So then, shouldn't that show you that this is something that is skewed?
No, but is them have a problem with it? The Constitution have a problem with the man?
Right. But I'm saying, you know, they have created, my friend, what they are good at doing, right? Narratives is very important.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
The good thing is we have persons like yourself, Wayne Lonesome, Mystic Sensation, Jamaican Calls, all of those talking. Andre Stevens and Jamaica Hot Topic, which I play a big role.
Yeah.
The truth be told is when you look at the structure, right? When you look at how they have been operating, it is just pure misinformation. And so they don't care if they send out a lie. Yeah.
But one of the biggest problems with the constitutional reform, doing my brother, is that Marlene Malawi Fort, who have said that some of our rights will have to be abrogated and what is the other
one?
Suspended. And then you give her the constitution to fix? Hell no. Hell no.
But remember, you know, too.
And as a government, you have lost about 4 constitutional cases. And then the prime minister is a man who give a man a letter to sign and say, sign this, me will put the date tonight when we're ready to fire you. Come on.
But remember, no, it's not the brightest bulb you have picked out of the bunch to lead the process that is going to be. And I'm one thing with me, you know, the minister is woefully inadequate. She was inadequate when she was Attorney General, so I don't know how he would consider her to have taken on the role of the constitutional.
Well, she was a judge, my brother.
Could you repeat that, brother?
She was a judge.
Yeah, puny judge. And do you remember, you know, you have to emphasize she was a puny judge and she was run out of St. Elizabeth. Never to be seen in Black River Court again because of her bad judgments. Yeah? But my friend,
we'll talk again.
As we talk again, but I'm asking and urging our Jamaicans, we have up until September the 30th for the final registration. In your constituency and in the region tour in general, encourage young people to go out to register. This time it's not about noise. The noise has to be backed with action.
Yes. Yeah? Substance, my brother.
Substance.
Thanks for the call this morning.
Brother, and thank you for keeping Portland alive.
We'll talk to you again.
All the best, brother.
Yeah, man. We have a few minutes to go. Anybody else want to chime in on it? 876-804-7072. You can call me straight or you can call me on WhatsApp. Yeah, man. It is important that these things come to the fore. And with somebody, Anthony is saying now, she lifted, hold on there. I saw somebody said something about Juliet. And let me tell you that Juliet and I worked at KLS for a time, you know. Cuthbert was married in the US at one point. It is very likely that she's a citizen. Okay. Let me see this one. Remember, Cuthbert had applied to join the PNP first and was working with Dr. Omar Davis. Hold on, man. Let's see one more. That's why I'm going to believe she's not a citizen, you know. Because she couldn't be that bright and bold to be sitting. She's a second-term MP. She's a second-term MP. She must renounce that, man. Me not carry that line, won't I carry. But let's see. Monday morning, and we'll be calling on the Fourth Estate. She used to take set-pan taxi drivers in St. Elizabeth. We're calling on the Fourth Estate Monday morning. to step out, get to Michelle Charles, get to, hold on the OB, make a hook you up. Hold on there. Make a hook you up, OB. Make a hook you up. You have a few minutes to go. Hold on there. You hook up OB to this. Conrad O'Brien.
Hearing me?
Yes, man, we're hearing you now.
All right. I just came on to your channel here, Portland Spice TV, and by the way, this is Conrad O'Brien, talk show host, News Talk 93 FM. I have to support my brother, my friend Colin. You know, Colin is doing a marvelous job. Of course, I always have a lot of time for you, Colin, and in short order,
yes,
I'll have to have you back on my program, because indeed, this conversation about the orange economy, you know, the entertainment and so on,
yes,
you know, it's a very, very vast industry. And I heard you from time to time talking about how important it is if we could, for us to get to a level that we could get just 1% of that economy, that would amount to about 30 billion US dollars.
Yes, man.
And indeed, one can just understand the kind of transformative country that we could see if we are raking in that
kind of
amount of money.
Yes.
You know, it would be a seismic shift indeed. And the people of Portland that you seek to represent, Colin, you know, they must understand that the People's National Party find favor in you to the point where they have elevated you as deputy spokesperson with special responsibility for that area, and that
yes,
is no mean feat. So it means that you're not going to be sitting in the parliament and twiddle your thumb.
Not at all.
You'll have work to do.
Yes,
you'll have work to do, and this is a part of the driving force that we must mention. You know, Portland Eastern have always had a high profile or a MP of certain substance. In the recent past, we can talk about Donald Rudd, we talk about Jigs Ennis, and of course,
Jigs was in West.
Doctor. Well, Jigs was in West, but certainly, you know, so let's stick to Eastern Portland. So, Rod was there, and of course, Dr. Bloomfield was there, who wasn't a slouch either, you know. So it's good to see the trajectory that the party is looking at, SHACKA, to put you in that area, because, you know, and I don't think it's by any mistake, because Portland is indeed one of the most picturesque parish here in Jamaica, and certainly has a lot to offer. The Boston Beach, Boston is already a world brand there.
Yes, man, for gastronomy tourism.
Indeed, SHACKA, and I'm seeing your flyer all over the place where that annual event is coming up as well.
Sunday, July 14th.
Good. I said all of those things, SHACKA, because it would be remiss of me not to highlight those strong points and to really give you a special mention and to big you up and to say to, I want to close this chapter, to say to your people down there in Eastern Portland, sometimes we have the real deal right among us.
Yes.
Somebody we grew up with, somebody we can see and heal up and say, we are say SHACKA.
Yes.
And we take that for granted because the person is so close to you at arm's length.
There's a saying, Conrad. There's a saying that says, when you are too close to the forest, you don't see the beauty of the trees.
There you go. But outer road, man big. And I want to say to the people of East Portland this morning, SHACKA bigger road. SHACKA is seen in a certain light. And that is why Mark Jefferson Golden, the man Marky G, elevate him to deputy spokesperson on the cultural aspect of things here in Jamaica. It has some other aspect to it as well. You care to just
culture and the creative industry.
Culture and the creative industry. So it simply means that what you're seeing there, if the script play out as we expect, at least Colin Bell, SHACKA fame, would wind up as a junior minister in the Mark Golden-led administration, and that's a big deal. That's a big deal. So Eastern Portland people, just so and this is the Portland man is really in sync with what is going on. So as I said, SHACKA, it would be remiss of me not to mention those things, but I want to just segue a bit and chime in on the whole discussion with the citizenship and so on.
Yes.
SHACKA, I think the time has come, and I said it 2 consecutive weeks in a row. I said it week before last Tuesday when I signed off radio, and I said it on Tuesday when I signed off again, just before I signed off, to say that the parliament would have been convened on Tuesday, and I ask that every member of parliament present should volunteer, or the speaker could do it, ask for a show of hands of all those who have dual citizens in the parliament. And I was talking about as it relates to the citizenship within the Commonwealth, because I want us not to deviate and to get it twisted. Persons with Commonwealth citizenship are duly elected in the parliament, but now we're hearing some question being asked, SHACKA, and probably we need to have a probe of it. We're hearing of a junior minister in the hand-journalist-led administration, Juliet Cuthbert.
Yes.
The argument about whether or not she is a U.S. citizen.
But Conrad, stop a little bit, because I just want to make this clear that the accusation of dual citizenship with the Commonwealth country is a non-argument. Here are some serious accusations now that members of parliament have U.S. citizenship. So continue, Conrad.
Indeed. And 2 names that we're hearing floating, and I'm saying that these are allegations. So, allegations.
It is alleged.
But we are hearing at least 2. We're hearing at least 2.
There's a third, Conrad. Somebody just told us a while ago that a MP down there in Clarendon, what Enriquez is Philip Enriquez, that is a citizen of Israel.
Israel. Good. Right? So we're hearing about one in the east, which is Charles Michel. We're hearing about Cuthbert Flynn, and of course Mr. Enriquez, right? So this is, you say, we have to know that these things hit the radar. They must be examined.
They must, they must come to the forefront and center Monday morning. And you as a mainstream man, we are putting some of it on you as a man who is in mainstream media. That when you go on Monday morning, the call must be made loud and clear that these persons must come forward and declare their status.
Well, I certainly will raise it, SHACKA. I will highlight that these allegations are out there, and when these things raise, they must be settled once and for all. Remember, we weren't aware that Darrell Vaz, because he was the one that it began with in the parliament. We weren't aware that he was an American citizen. You know, it was Abe Dabdoo who was close to the family, very close to the family, because one must remember that Darrell referred to Abe Dabdoo as Uncle Abe. So he was very close to the family. So he knew and he pounds. Nowhere hearing of others. So is it so? or is it not so? Similarly, Shaka fame, Colin,
yes,
the question of the illicit six. We need to have those out there. We also need to hear about the filing
of the
from
Prime
the Prime Minister is being certified. We heard from the IC that they will be putting it out there front and center very soon. I'm expecting that this week, beginning Monday, will be a very thick and busy news cycle, similarly to what we saw close out this week with the cartel case, and yesterday another big issue,
SHACKA. A SHACKA.
Indeed is massive.
A SHACKA.
Indeed, very massive. What we saw, the ruling coming out of the court.
And I spoke to a couple of lawyers between yesterday and this morning, and they are saying to me, SHACKA, this is not normal. Give me some time to look through this ruling because this is not normal.
Well, I have done the similar thing, Shaka, because I want to get some information out there for my people, because this is indeed very, very seismic and put another nail in the coffers. All of this now, you know, Shaka, just suppose that again with what we're seeing with Michael Lee Chin out there now in the market himself,
yes,
begging people to take up the offer with these stocks that is out there.
If you buy the milk, you should own the cow.
And absolutely, all of these, Shaka, has to do with the fact that people are saying. I spoke to a senior.
Hold on, Conrad. Hold on, don't lose your thoughts. Sanya is asking what ruling we're talking about. Sanya, the Supreme Court ruled yesterday against the FSC and said that the person that SSL put in place to be in charge of the meltdown is the legal person in charge, and that the person who the FSC put in charge have no legal authority over the SSL right now.
Indeed. And as a result of that, Shaka, there are some things flowing, but because they said that, listen, everything in just to paraphrase, everything should resort to normal.
Yes.
And it begs the question now, should Jean and Panton be released?
Well, I heard the attorney for, what is his name? Is that Campbell, the man that SSL put in place, saying that Jean Panton is not a part of that. That the ruling dealt with the company's issue, not the personal issue of Jean and Panton. But as I said, the lawyers are saying give them some time to peruse the ruling, and by Monday they will be able to speak on it.
Absolutely. So the development is thick and fast, Shaka. And, you know, as I said, I expect beginning Monday morning, the news cycle will start very, very thick, because even medium, because of when this ruling was handed out,
Friday
we have not gotten the chance to really ventilate it and to really give the kind of information. So I'm saying to your listeners, your viewers, Shaka, I'm inviting them to join me Monday morning sharp, 9 a.m. on News Talk 93 FM, because we have quite a bit of things to basically press our teeth into.
One question before we close, Conrad. We are over the time, but I would want to hear from you. What do you think should happen if the allegations against the two U.S. citizens, the two people who they are saying have U.S. citizenship, and the Israeli, if these are found to be true, what actions do you think should be taken?
All right. First of all, this is not like they did not know. So they would have actually breached the law and so on. They would have lied to Jamaica, because you're not supposed to be nominated in the first place if you have allegiance. That is to say that you're a citizen of any other country outside of the Commonwealth. And as a result of that, it means that those people would have been sitting in the parliament illegally from day one. So I think that, first of all, they should basically be removed from the house because they would be indeed stranger. But I go another layer. I think that they should pay back every single dollar. Every single dollar.
Me and you think I like too much. Me and you think I like too much. Me and you think I like too much.
But we're sensible people, Shaka. Right?
It's
every
crazy.
Single dollar.
Yes.
They should pay back because this would be of monumental proportion.
Because they would have known. They would have known that what they were doing was illegal and against the constitution of this country. But then again, this government don't care about the constitution.
They could be. I think it probably could reach to the threshold where they are charged for organized crime, because it would be organized to fleece the people of Jamaica.
And then if this is really true, we must ask the Prime Minister, were you aware?
There you go.
Conrad, little more, we have to run.
Were you aware, and when?
Yes.
Were you made aware?
Bless up,
all
brother.
the best. Keep up the good work. Wonderful. And again, the people of East Portland in SHACKA, you have a very competent and hardworking expected member of parliament.
Bless up. Final call. Morning.
Morning. Good morning, SHACKA.
Denje, but I have to call you back in a minute. Here? I'm on here. All right. Blessings. My people, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. It has been a pleasure being with you this morning. Here's hoping that you have yourself a wonderful weekend. May the good Lord bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace now and forevermore. Until we meet again, make certain you like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, because things are getting very, very interesting in Jamaica. And at any time, we might be able to pop up a live, because especially with the ruling on SSL, that is a ruling that we must look into and find out what this really means for people who have lost their money, to include world greatest Usain Bolt. One love, my people. Portland Spice TV. Remember, Boston Changback Boston Jerk Festival, Sunday, July 14, Boston Beach, featuring Armani. Yeah, man, you know the youth with the Fiesta, the bad tune there. He will be on the festival. Tanya Stevens, Luke D. So much food, so much fun. Sunday, July 14, Changback Boston Jerk Festival. One love.